Meet Apex's newest legend candidate, Khemia, the Blood Alchemist, a support legend designed to fit all your edge fighting and third-party needs. Unlike our current roster of support legends, Khemia's kit revolves around creating momentum proactively, enabling his team to turn the tides of a fight before anyone gets knocked down. But what exactly is a support legend? Personally, I see a support legend as a character that contributes to the fight in one of two ways. Either directly by quickening a team's ability to stabilize and reset, or indirectly by quickening the loot cycle. Rather than sadistically torturing an enemy with defensive traps, instilling the fear of God with omniscient wall hacks, or literally raining down hellfire alongside a black hole, this class is more focused on streamlining the combat loop of the team. Alright, enough context, here's the kit. Let's start with Khemia's passive, Soul Sacrifice. Khemia's passive has two main functions. The first part of this passive allows Khemia to convert death boxes into crafting material, approximately 15 to 20 crafting material per death box. If technologically possible, given the relic that Apex is built on, this would also cause the death boxes to despawn. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking, what about banners? Don't worry, my misguided hero that thinks 3 stacks won't camp banners. This ability only works when a death box no longer has a retrievable banner. As a byproduct, that means Khemia can inherently tell when the banner on a death box has expired. The second function of this passive enables crafting material to be spent in order to decrease Khemia's ultimate cooldown. This requires about 30 to 40 crafting material and functions like an ultimate accelerant. At first glance, this may seem like an odd choice for a passive, but remember, the utility of a support class should be felt indirectly. Crafting stations have their associated risks, but a team with Khemia may be able to gear up far more than a normal amount of crafting materials would allow them to. This in turn gives Khemia's team more indirect power in fights. Being able to use the excess of crafting material for Khemia's ultimate also follows the philosophy of adding more indirect power. Now let's talk about Khemia's tactical, Weight and Blood. Khemia activates transmutation circles on his weapons, granting himself 20% lifesteal on damage dealt for 10 seconds. This lifesteal does not overcap max health, which means that players cannot go over their current maximum health. A white shielded Khemia cannot go past 150 health, a blue shielded Khemia cannot go past 175 health, and so on and so forth. If Khemia long presses this tactical, they will expend 5 crafting materials, and allies near Khemia will also receive a 10% lifesteal on damage dealt. Again, this does not overcap max health. Using this tactical on Khemia and his nearby allies causes them to glow slightly, as a visual signifier of usage and also a visual target for the enemy. This is the primary selling point of Khemia, as this ability allows Khemia and his teammates to become a well-oiled boxing machine. Whether it's repelling a third party, committing to a 3v3, or being the third party to a fight, the flexibility that this ability grants a coordinated team is frightening. In fact, I kind of feel like it could be a bit too frightening. Which is why there is a balance in terms of adding a crafting material expenditure for providing teammates with lifesteal, and also lowering the effect of lifesteal for teammates. Both the cost and the effective lifesteal for Khemia and his teammates are values that are flexible from a balancing standpoint. In the case that Khemia becomes too strong when paired with other legends, or not strong enough when fighting the rest of the cast. As a side note, the crafting expenditure also acts as a balance for the high amounts of crafting material that the average Khemia will accumulate, and forces Khemia to contemplate the manner in which that material is spent. Lastly, we have Khemia's ultimate, Philosopher's Stone. This ultimate allows Khemia to empower his team in one of two ways that can be chosen at will. I envision that this ult would work on a timer that resembles Revenant's ultimate, although the exact duration of the ultimate may differ. The first option is the offense boost. Using the offense boost temporarily makes Khemia's team immune to crowd control effects, specifically stuns and slows. In Apex Legends, this immunity would apply to any abilities, grenades, or guns that have stuns or slows. This includes Arc Stars, Caustic Gas, Watson Fences, Catalyst Spike Traps, Valk Tactical Stun, Horizon Ult Gravity Pull, Fuse ult stun, Bangalore ult stun, Newcastle ult stun, Gibraltar ult stun, Crypto ult stun, Maggie ult stun. Oh, and the biggest game changer in my opinion, bullet slow. Just so we're clear, this does not make you invincible from the damage of these abilities, but rather the effects they have on your movement. And no, as much as I hate it, Seer's tactical would not be considered as crowd control. His tactical effect is an ability that cancels, not stuns. Ashe's tether would not be considered crowd control either, since it is more of a stop than a slow. And finally, Revenant's silence would not be considered as crowd control because it is an ability suppressor. There is no visual signifier of this ability, but there is a loud auditory signifier, akin to Loba's, Gibraltar's, and Revenant's ultimate when the ability is used, and when the effect wears off. The second option is the defense boost. Using the defense boost makes the area where Khemia uses this ability enhanced, allowing his team to use heals half a second faster. The area radius would be slightly larger than the area of effect for Watson's interceptor pylon, and would have a visual indication on the HUD as well as the physical location in very much the same way, albeit a different object than a pylon. Enemy teams would perceive the color of this area differently, in the same fashion as Watson fences, and they do not benefit from the decrease in the heal time when they stand in the area. Now to some, these abilities as an ultimate may seem very tame, but it's important to note two things about Khemia that justifies the tameness. Firstly, he has the situational freedom to choose either of these boosts, allowing Khemia to be an extremely versatile legend when fighting. Secondly, remember that Khemia can use crafting material as an ultimate accelerant. That means that as long as you acquire crafting materials by scrounging death boxes, opening loot bins, or looting POIs where crafting materials spawn, you will have a ridiculously high rate of ultimate usage as a Khemia. I can envision matches occurring where Khemia has an ultimate ready to go for nearly every fight, making him the corner piece of surviving back-to-back engagements. So that's everything for his kit. Let me know if there's anything confusing about the kit in the comments down below, and thank you for watching this video on Khemia, the Blood Alchemist. If you think Khemia should be in the live game, share this video around and get more eyes on it. Maybe we can inspire the devs to bring a character like this to life. And if anyone would like to create a concept in R5 Reloaded, go for it and tag me in it. Let me know what questions you have about Khemia and what kind of characters you would like to see in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do a video where I compile some of the ideas I like or expand on them one at a time. In any case, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.